Alright, what's up yins guys? Time for another video where I talk about the real life Yu-Gi-Oh games people play, the real life Yu-Gi-Oh cards. How everybody in real life plays their cards. And I sarcastically open up the video by asking, does anybody really play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore? Does it exist? Do they manufacture it anymore? Well, it's also, well, I metaphorically and sarcastically talk about, compare real life games people play and the cards that people play and manufactured. Ones that, rules for me, not for you. They can manufacture and even create a new card, but you can't. And they'd prefer you play no cards at all. Sit down, lay down and take it, so to speak. Alright, without further ado, this one I keep meaning to talk about because it always comes up in conversations and sarcasms and in blogs. The game people play, both black or white, it can be one person against the other, and the different people that involved can be one black, one white. It can be black on black, white on white, woman on woman, girl on girl against girl. It's used by everybody from all the way from when we're back in school, and we hear, even when we were small kids, grown-ups did it, and I think people in school, ever since you were in school, and then the people that never grow up when you even get my age or older, it's a card played by the cackling hens, gossiping hens of all races, among each other, against, like I says, it's not about racism sometimes there's racism and accused racism or presumed racism involved, but yet it's black on black. Say you had friends and co-workers that were black, you had the crowds that were the hens that they talked about. But and any time, say you were to any kind of metaphor example of like whoever is watching, say you're the receiver of the bullshit, and either directly to the face or through somebody else that said, he said, she said, right, or to your face. And any perpetrator that is not, whether they're through your face or they use somebody else to project it to you, or a friend of yours hears about it, you say, oh, and what I'm getting at, it's like a big crime. It's called, when you say your side of something, say when you get wind of it, no matter what form I kind of explain to you, you say your side, it's considered talking shit. Oh, it's talking shit. It's only talking shit when you do it. But the people that were talking all the shit in the first place and accuse everybody else of talking shit, it's never really talking shit. Oh no, when they do it, it's never talking shit. It's only talking shit when you're only the shit talker. Well, shit talking was also used as a, like, what they call somebody a bullshitter, like the bullshitter, I was this or I was that about themselves. But it's also bashing somebody else. You could, sometimes a person ain't always looking for grandeur for themselves. They're always trying to cut somebody else down, and sometimes it's indirect, not always to your face or out loud so people can hear it. And they use their some of their buddies or even other people around as the carriers for the shit. And say you get wind of it through anybody that comes up and asks you, whether it was a friend or somebody that's kind of not quite a friend, you don't quite trust. Well, you answer back and you hear about it, say your side of it. Don't threaten anything, you don't even call names, but and it's not that you have to defend yourself, to be paranoid and always constantly defend yourself to anybody, right? It's like, even if you ain't like this, you're kind of diplomatic and polite about it, no calling names or swear words. Even without all that, the fact that you politely corrected something, and it's considered talking shit. But when somebody else is talking shit and you kind of set it straight and So, oh no, that's not how it is after all, or whatever the hell. It's like, oh, what are you're supposed to do? Not that you have to constantly defend yourself to anybody or everybody in sight, but it's like, oh, how dare you say anything? You're supposed to just hear it and just sit there and shut up, or whatever the hell. And in a lot of cases, it's challenging and confrontational, whether it's directly or not. You didn't call anybody names or swear words like some people did. Or in some case, if you're in the right mood, you'll say polite and diplomatic, and then you hear about it again. It's like, well, fuck him or fuck them or whoever the hell, and all that stuff too. And oh, how dare him defend himself or say anything else or disagree? Hey, I'll kick his ass. I'll kick his motherfucking ass. Like, oh, all races play those games. A lot of times you ignore it, and you're like, a lot of times you're diplomatic, and you'll be like, all right, if them and their so-and-so and their buddies want to believe that, that's on them, or someone that's somewhat a friend of yours, you tell them, oh, or you have somebody even friends that mutually, it comes back to you mutually, and they say they're not even, and they'll even indicate to you that they're not trying to hear it, they're somewhat friends, right? And even before you say so, you'll have some friend saying, oh, I don't believe that, that's so-and-so talking, that's his trademark, even the way they say it, So both people, whether you're black or white or whatever, they know that game, and you get the one that gets pissed off because they can't turn your friends against you, or neighbors, or some people that are not quite friends. They're not enemies either. And nobody is volunteering anything against you or totally sticking up for you in the first place. The perpetrators of this kind of shit, the ones that play that card, they play the, oh, he's talking shit, how dare him talk shit, fuck him, I'll kick his ass, when, why? Just because I get that originated back when we were in school, and even old neighborhoods where I used to live in and all that stuff or whatever. Workplaces. I mean, it's never ain't always direct. It's always, indirect and passive aggressive kind of thing. And then you'll get somebody that's a carrier of this kind of shit. I'm trying not to laugh here, because I remember some of my favorite moments. Some people can be as nice as hell to you, and they're just a carrier for that shit. And if you've been watching this video this long, there's a saying that even somebody was putting this on with a picture of Morgan Freeman on social media, everything from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram. You ever see that? My version of the picture, I saw it. Picture of Morgan Freeman making a certain face, and with a quote on it saying, sometimes you just gotta just tell them some kind of shit to see who they go and tell. That's one of my personal favorites, yeah. Like, you don't go and, like I said, no swear words or name calling like some people do. Some people in workplaces, and some people back in school be doing, right? But we all play that game. It's a counter card too. Say something harmless, or say something how something really is. But you might say something small and not quite aggressive, or challenge them to get them to come and physically fight with you or anything. But say some small thing to kind of, so you find out who somebody goes and tells. You know what I mean? That's what you do some days. Got to be a little careful doing that too, but you got to do it in a way you can't be accused of being some kind of other aggressor or whatever. But yeah, when it turns into some talk, they can't even ask you to your face, or they be telling the shit to other people when it comes back, and well, because they can't really face you because they know the shit ain't true, so they always do it second or third or fourth party. You know what I mean? They get their buddies or get some other people that ain't friends nor enemies either way of you, and use them as carriers of the shit. Because then you'll say something politely, like, because you heard something, you know what I mean? And sometimes you even figure out who it is. You can tell by the way they even looking at you, and you'll be talking about it like you're talking to somebody else, not to mention any names, and it's like too cowardly to actually say anything, like say to your face. It's not like you want to fight with them or you're looking to fight with them, but not that kind of cowardly accusation. But yeah, who's really the one talking shit? You know what I mean? You know, but it's a case of know damn well. Oh, anyway, always when the person or perpetrator is involved indirectly, reminding you once again, when you correct somebody that was the carrier of the said talking of shit, you're always the one talking shit. Like when you diplomatically, politely defend yourself to the third or fourth party carrier of the shit. And it's always the shit you're supposed to be. Yeah, the person that's talking the shit is always the one that how dare them defend themselves, you know, and when they're talking, when they're the ones accusing everybody else of talking shit, the translation is, "Oh, how dare him defend himself and say anything? Oh, he wants to talk shit. I'll kick his ass, or whatever the hell, you know." But it's like a reverse psychology, reverse logic, the twisting of the legit accusations of people talking shit. One side has a legit accusation, but sometimes there'll be a perpetrator or a shit starter, shit spreader that accuse everybody else of talking the very shit that they've been talking all along. You know what I'm saying?